have mercy. The Patriots just made a shocking move, and we're going to talk about it. My name is Aaron. On the daily Patriots content, don't miss out. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and hit the like button. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday afternoon, sitting down, watching some college football, some blowout games. Honestly, actually, the Georgia Tech Clemson game, if you're still watching, looks like a barn burner, so turn that on. Anyways, beside the point. Crazy move by the Patriots. Shocking move. All I got to say is, wow. Did not expect this. Could I tell you I didn't see it come? Not necessarily. I didn't know what was in store for Jaylen Polk come next year. But if you have not seen the news yet, here it is. Simple as that. Jaylen Polk has been traded to the New Orleans Saints for a 2027, that's in a while, sixth round pick. And the Patriots as well send a 2028 seventh round pick. Guys, the return on investment of Jaylen Polk was short of ideal, was not great. And we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna jump into this as well as some other things today. So please don't miss out. Stay tuned for the whole episode because there's a lot of things we need to talk about. Because there's a lot of positive we need to talk about. Not necessarily with this, but I do think this is something that we need to be talking about. First of all, as I said, Jaylen Polk drafted along with traded. I said that the other day about Matthew Judon, butchering my words. Jaylen Polk traded to the New Orleans Saints. Kellen Moore, the new coach, the new captain of the ship down in New Orleans, as well as a 2028 seventh round pick for a 2027 sixth round pick. Again, if the boat's sinking, get out and get what you can. And I'm assuming that's what the Patriots saw in Jaylen Polk. There's no reason to hang on to him, see if we can get something for him. Is anyone else willing to take a chance and opportunity? Obviously, the Saints willing to do so, but not at a very high price. You're only giving up a sixth round pick for a former second round pick. The man has only had 1 year experience in the NFL. 12 catches on 33 targets, 87 yards in over 15 games. Not ideal. Again, we go back to the start of the 2024 season. A lot of people had high hopes for Jaylen Polk coming out of Washington. You remember that Washington team who made it all the way to the national championship, Michael Penix, Rome Odunze, as well as Jaylen Polk. And now we part ways. We say goodbye. Crazy to think. First reactions, comment below. Would love to hear from you. My first thoughts are this. Again, and I will always say this, I trust Mike Vrabel and this organization to do the right thing. Do the right thing. If this is what they see is right and best to do, sure, move on. Again, it's in a way, it's kind of moving on from the rough draft class that was 2024, and we'll jump into that in a minute. But smart move, might as well. The man's hurt. He's had a lingering shoulder issue, and so you got to do what you got to do. I think it's a smart move. Best of luck in New Orleans. But just crazy to think. It also makes me wonder, again, how does Elliott Wolf keep his job? Ryan Cowden comes in, great pickup by the Patriots, bringing him into this front office. But obviously, this organization sees something in him and potential in him. He did draft Drake May. You know, a lot of times people in those positions are tied to the quarterback they brought in, sure. So that was a kind of a no-brainer move. But besides that, we look at the picks from last year. Drake May on the roster. Caden Wallace on the roster. Besides that, rough. Jaylen Polk gone with the Saints. Layden Robinson dropped. Javon Baker dropped. Dial injured. Joe Milton traded to the Cowboys. Jaheim Bell gone. Holy cow. Wow. What a turnover in the 2024 class. It's almost like we didn't even draft. It's almost like we didn't get anything. At least Joe Milton, we got a little return on investment in that trade, which was nice. But the Jaylen Polk, not ideal. And everyone thought Jaylen Polk, Javon Baker would turn out. They did not do so. And anyone who watched this show knew I was very high on Jaheim Bell. That did not work out either. So, wow, class of 2024. I feel like I'm trying to give a commencement speech. I don't even know what to say. Life can be tough. best of luck wherever you end up. But hey, Drake May, if you were to tell me, though, I'm going to laugh when I say this. If you were to tell me, hey, they got their franchise quarterbacks for a long time to come out of that class, but you had to give up pretty much every other pick. It had to be a dud pick. Would you take that pick? Would you take that if that was what was presented to you? Okay, franchise quarterback, but every other pick's going to be trash. Would you take that? I don't know. Because then the question is, you look at this next draft class, 2025, and a ton of potential here, including depth. I mean, look at it. Will Campbell, starter. Travion Henderson. I really, truly believe he's going to pop up against the Dolphins tomorrow. Kyle Williams, ton of potential, vertical threat. Jared Wilson starting at left guard. A lot of people thought that was Cole Strange. No, sirree. Jared Wilson, top center in the draft this past year. Craig Woodson, a lot of people thought, hey, he's going to get some time, probably rotate him in. Nope, psych, he's starting. Joshua Farmer, rotational piece. Swinson, he is on the practice squad. Borgalis, starting kicker. We did a video on that just the other day. Marcus Bryant, depth piece at tackle. Ashby, obviously starting long snapper. And then you have Minor, who is on the practice squad. So again, you look at a night and day difference between the 2024 class, the 2025 class. You look at the 2025 class and you're like, hey, a lot of potential starters right here, a lot of people that we can develop and we see really moving forward, helping this team rebuild. And ultimately, I guess if you go back to the whole Jaylen Polk thing, they don't see him in the rebuild. That has to be the biggest thing. We don't see that. Let's get out of this before we just have to release them and we get nothing out of it. Even though it sucks that they did not get, again, their return on investment, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. You got to get something. If you're just going to release them down the road, you might as well get something. And so I smart move, sure. If you don't see them as a part of the rebuild, then you might as well get that pick, that 6th round pick, as opposed to getting nothing in the future and then just holding on to him and paying the man. So again, what do you think? Jaylen Polk, no longer a Patriot, traded to the Saints. Holy cow. Listen, I rarely drink, but when I do, I don't bounce back like I used to. And so when I'm watching a game with the guys, I have to decide, do I want to have one drink or am I not going to? But that has changed with Z-Biotics. You're probably wondering, what makes Z-Biotics pre-alcohol so special? Well, hear me out. Z-Biotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's simple. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you're feeling your best the next day. I took Z-Biotics for the first time last weekend watching college football with the guys. It was super simple. All I had to do, drink one Z-Biotic, and then drink responsibly. I had one, maybe two drinks, and then guess what? The next morning felt normal. It was great. I got to take the kids everywhere they needed to go, got to do yard work. The wife was happy about that. It was fantastic. And we know fall's right around the corner. That means football, and football. So guess what? Drink a pre-alcohol Z-Biotic before you drink responsibly during those games. And guess what? You'll be feeling normal the next day. So this is all you got to do. Go to zbiotic.com/STP. Get 15% off your first order. Again, zbiotic.com/STP. And guess what? If you're not satisfied, 100% money back guaranteed. So again, zbiotic.com/STP. 15% off. Don't miss out. Comment below. Would love to hear from you. Now, again, we look at this class, and I think one thing we need to jump into is, one, as I said, I think Henderson, a lot of potential tomorrow. I think Kyle Williams, eventually this season, you're going to see him in more as that vertical threat. But one person I really want to jump into is Craig Woodson. our 4th round pick. Again, really smart pickup out of Cal. There's a reason that Jabril Peppers is gone. There's a reason Kyle Duggar is not starting. Again, Jabril Peppers, they viewed him as what? Not part of the rebuild, just like Jaylen Polk. So, article dropped, and I love seeing this. I love seeing anyone who's anyone knows. I love some positive stuff. Talking about Craig Woodson, I told him to appreciate this moment. He's one of a very small percentage that's able to go out there and play as a rookie, start, all that type of stuff. So appreciate the moment. And he was one of 5 players who was on the field for 63 defensive snaps. He also played on each of the 63 defensive snaps. One of 5 Patriots who suited up on every 3rd down in the game against the Raiders. He definitely played with some good poise. Liked what I saw out there. Obviously, there's some things that we can improve on. Of course, he's a rookie, first game in the league, but was happy with his opening game and looking forward to improvement. This is what we're building our hope on as Patriots fans. This is it. Is the youth coming in from the draft? Mike Vrabel has said it himself. We need to build off the draft. You're not gonna fully fix everything in free agency. You're not going to fully fix everything with trades when you're rebuilding. You need to rebuild in the draft. And we need to believe as an organization that this 2025 draft class is that. And I do believe so. And again, this is going to sound cheesy. This is going to sound corny, but that 2025 or that 2024 draft class with Drake May, him and Caden Wallace, glad you're on the team. But everyone else, we're moving on, baby. We are moving on. And we got to take that positivity from the 2025 class and carry it on. 2026 needs to be solid. Moving on from there. Again, we're only 1 game into the season. The Raiders game, I think a lot of people may almost make it sound like it was a blowout. Not a blowout. Patriots were in that game, struggled on some drives. If it wasn't for that, they could have won that game. That being said, we need to be building off this youth right here. And I think that is the case. Drake May, and then these guys right here, there's a lot of potential at hand. We got to view it like that. People who are being dropped off, people who are being traded, released, whatever it might be, not a part of the rebuild. Not a part of this team. Moving on with what we got. So comment below. Tell me what you guys think. Excited for the game tomorrow. Sorry, excuse me. Tomorrow morning, put out a preview so you guys can watch that. But wow, Jaylen Polk gone to the Saints. Have fun playing with who the heck knows who's going to be quarterback next year. I don't think it's going to be Spencer Rattler. I don't think it's going to be Tyler Schrock, which I believe that is the correct pronunciation for the rookie out of Louisville. Who the heck knows? And I actually don't mind Kellen Moore. Don't mind him. Liked watching him at Boise State. So we'll see what the heck happens, but we'll see what they want with Jaylen Polk. They might very well just release him after he's better. Who the heck knows? Comment below. Tell me what you think. Preview tomorrow. Believe in the Patriots, baby. Believe in them. They got a lot of potential. They're trimming the fat. They're making this team good. They're making it good. You got to believe it. I got to believe it. Tomorrow, they're turning things around. They're going to catch that dub. Tell me what you think. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Again, on your way out, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button. Truly appreciate it. Hit the like button, comment below, whatever the heck you want to talk about. Always appreciated. My name's Aaron. We'll talk later. Peace.